Hey guys, welcome back to an almost mirror match between the Ronin and Dunktown Abbey in the losers bracket of SCL5. I'm Eldar, I'm here now with sold out in the commentators box. On the Ronin team, we've got a Guardian, we've got a Paladin again, an Eos, a Prophecy, and a bunch of Assault Frigate support.
On something else's team, we have a Paladin, 2 Eoses, and an Eros, 3 Enios, a Heretic, an Ishkur, and the Merlin.
Yeah, gonna be an interesting matchup here. It is pretty much a mirror match. The way the teams have warped in here, they've come in pretty close to each other, almost a 90-degree angle. The Paladin here from Dunktown has come in right at 0, which isn't actually going to make that much difference. Might even be slightly less effective due to these warps here, but it's going to be so close to mirror. Very, very hard to call here. Double Eos compared to Prophecy Eos, slight advantage there, but certainly no major difference. And the match is off, and we're seeing swarms of assault frigs charging in.
Yeah, I think it all comes down to how the Assault Frig pilots battle it out between themselves and if they can get on top of the logistics fast enough. Also, a large role will play the tank on both logistics and how long they can hold out on the field.
Yep, Dunktown's logistics being hammered already from a Paladin. But even before the Assault Frigs are on him, they're chasing after him. They haven't actually managed to catch him yet, so he is actually just managing to burn away from his Assault Frigates, tank some damage, but that Paladin alone is hammering him, so the second he gets caught and webbed, he is going to be in for it.
Yeah, looks like the frigates from their own inside caught up to the Dunktown Abbey's logistics a lot faster than the vice versa team did it.
Yep, and Ronin's Guardian is now caught, and he's taking heavy damage as well. They're both taking a severe beating. Ronin's looks like he might last a little bit longer, but either way, I reckon we're going to have to see pretty much a trade-off here, and so it's going to come down to a sheer DPS race after this.
Yeah, with Dunktown Abbey's Oneros going down just now, we see the Guardian from their own inside going into structure.
Yep, that's it. Vianiris is off the field. The Guardian is very, very shortly about to be off the field. He is going into structure. He won't be lasting long. We're seeing fire applied from both sides onto the frigates. Looks like they're trying to clear out each other's support wings first here.
Yeah, we see a lot of split fire coming from both teams. I think it's just free fire among the frigates going down right now, as we see Thomas Arkin, the Merlin, taking some shield damage, and Freshu 619 going into Hull.
Yeah, it's a complete brawl here. Looks like it is slightly going Ronin's way on the support frigate war so far. Vodak is dropping down. We're not seeing any real damage applied to any of the heavy ships yet. Looks like they're waiting. They're going to try and win that support fight, use the Paladin's ability to track across the field those pulses to win the fight, and then apply that extra damage from those assault frigates and try and use them to swing that DPS rates. And so far, it is very definitely going Ronin's way.
Yeah, this is where you can see the target calling and the individual skill of the pilots come into play, as we lose another frigate on the Dunktown Abbey side.
Yeah, but while we say that Eos is taking fire. Krivos, it does not look like he's tanking. It looks like Dunktown have realised they've lost that support war. They're now going to try and get ahead on the DPS race by going for those bigger ships first, see if they can take that out that Eos, who really, really isn't tanking. He is eating it hard to these two Eoses and Miss Paladin.
Yeah, I think this will come down to the points, because even with all the frigates dead, 2 Eoses is still better than 1 Prophecy.
Oh, the rate that Eos dropped, I don't think that prophecy is going to last very long either, so it's going to be tough now. Can all those assault frigates, when they fight clear off this final Merlin, actually kill the Eoses without dying to the drones they're going to have out all over them? I would say they probably can. They're going to have that Paladin. They're going to have a prophecy for a while, as they're now starting to apply fire to Dunktown's Eos. So it's going to be prophecy Eos, which will go down first, but that prophecy already into armor. Dunktown's ahead there.
The EOS on Dunktown Abbey side looks to have an ancillary rep, but it also appears that he started repping too late, so I don't think it will be enough to hold off the massive damage that Cyrite in the Paladin is putting out. Also, looks like the teams will trade the Prophecy and the EOS, but then you will have a Paladin, an EOS, and a Merlin against a Paladin and 5 frigates in not very good state concerning their shields and armor.
Yeah, but Eoses are starting to try and kill some of the frigates as well. It looks like the drones as well is going for that prophecy. A bit of split fire there with Darth Raban's Ishka in low armor, but he is still holding that prophecy in armor. And the Eos looks like he might actually die before the prophecy at this rate. It's going to be very, very close. It might also come down to which of those Eoses has the armor links on. If this is the armor Eos that's going down, that second one, Blue Melons, is going to drop a lot faster.
Yeah, it looks like the Prophecy went down faster than the EOS, but the EOS followed suit. It will be interesting to see if this will come down to Thomas Orca in the Merlin surviving or not. It all depends if Seven Zerata is able to kill all the Inyos in time.
You could actually be right there. If that Merlin kites away and those assault frigates go for a full-on charge on Paladin and fail, it might actually come down to Merlin pulling it off from the points here. As those assault frigates and that Paladin now going for Eos or Blue Melon, if they can take him out, they're in a very good position. But if they can't, if they leave it too long and they lose all those assault frigates and Blue Melon survives, then it's going to be Dunktown on points.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the assault frigates will have a very good time against the drones and the tracking of the enemy paladin. Although it looks like Blue Melon is right under Sarite in the paladin, and he will be going down quite soon as well. So I think it will be a paladin on paladin match with TD. That's what I hope at least.
I think you could well be right, or it might come down to if this Paladin can finish off Blue Melon, and what these two Ishkas try to do now. Do they try and help? Do they try and finish off his damage? Or do they run away, get to the very, very edge of the arena, which it looks like they're just starting to try and do, and try and hold this out on points and trust their Paladin to finish off this Eos? But getting away from a Paladin is going to be very, very hard in this small arena and those pulses.
They should just do the honorable thing, to be honest, and just run into the paladin, because I just want to see paladin on paladin with time dilation.
It could well happen at this rate. I don't think or I think they're going to have a lot of trouble avoiding fire from a paladin. If they can find the sweet spot between the tracking, they might manage to do it. They might be okay. It looks like he might just be holding it there.
Yes!
Whatever his name is.
And we see that Kufik in the Ishkur, he did a wrong turn and lost some transversal on the paladin and did go down indeed.
So it might well just come down to Sharket to a witch? I don't know. Whatever this final Ishkar is, if he can survive or not, if he makes a single mistake in these next 4 minutes, then that could be it for the team. But Blue Melon is now tanking. He might just be able to hold off this Paladin. If he's ancillary rep, it's going to be tough for him. But he's in close, he's orbiting. He might just be able to reduce a bit of his damage from a pulse, but he's getting neutered and he is getting hit. So he may tank, but it's going to be very, very hard to last these next 3 minutes under newts and under heavy pulse fire.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We lost another Ishkur on Cyrite's side, so it all comes down if Cyrite can kill the Eos in time, which I'm not sure if he can, because he did lose a lot of damage that he had previously, but I think Blue Melon will be running out of ancillary charges on his armor rep very soon.
You're right, and Chariot is finally down, and that is just going to be that Eos. Can he hold out? He's neutered, he is bleeding more and more armor, he's already taken damage into that structure, and the Paladin is activating Micro Orb. Chariot is going to micro jump away from him so he can finish him off.
What happened? Why did he... Oh my god, this is so close. I wonder if he's still in tracking range of that Eos. If
Oh,
you
he'll
can
be
get
in
him at that range.
perfect range now. Paladin with the Bastion range bonuses, with his own inbuilt range bonuses, he should be able to hammer that thing fine. But the Eos is making a right call, and he's burning away. If he can pull away fast enough, he might just escape that range. That was a very, very odd call there by Sariat when he was definitely applying that damage and definitely starting to take that Eos down.
Yeah, it also kind of it happened at the same time as him losing his all of his armor and Blue Melon losing all of his armor. I'm really confused. What happened there? Why did
Well,
he
he'd
stop
have been
repping?
losing the armor because he'd have dropped out of Bastion to hit the micro
Oh, good
jump, so that's
point.
probably why that's happened. But it's a terrible call. He was killing that Eos, and he's lost his chance to do it. All Blue Melon needs to do now is avoid probably the next 2, maybe micro jumps. It might only be time for 1 more to the end of this match, and he's been given the time to reload his reps, recharge his capacitor, and he's probably going to hold out.
Exactly.
I fear Sariat has cost us the time dilation Paladin brawl we were hoping for.
You had one job, Sariad. One. I'm so angry. Oh, and he went down.
He's decided to end it. You can see the micro jump being activated now on the stream. He's going to be micro jumping out of the arena. He's decided that he's messed this up so badly, he may as well just commit honorable suicide for his actions.
No fun allowed.